Hello everyone, it's me Varus, and in this video, I'll be giving you an update on the tropics, the US weather, what to expect in the next few days, few weeks, and I hope you enjoy getting right back in the groove, so let's get right into it. So happy Sunday, fun day to everybody. It's a really fun day out there watching the NFL. Sunday, week 3, my Chiefs 0-2, so disappointing, but we got weather to talk about, and so let's get right into it. So, right now the National Weather Service pulled up, and just taking a cross look at the whole entire U.S., it's really quiet, to be honest. We can start in the west, have some frost advisories in portions of northern California, southern Oregon, southern Oregon, some more drier conditions up in Montana, severe thunderstorm watches and warnings over here in Texas, and then some special little weather statements kind of scattered around, maybe some for fire advisories, some storms. In the east got some coastal flood advisories, but it's a really quiet day today, and it's going to stay that way. This week could have some interesting weather. Talk about that in a bit, but this is more of a clean look. Not as much forecasting. That'll start tomorrow. This video is kind of a makeup video for Friday because had a really busy day Friday. Had a dance, you could say. Saturday had a meet, and then today's Sunday, so pretty busy weekend so far. But we'll get back into the groove starting today. And but again in the Northeast, really quiet. Now some notable weather again. Severe thunderstorm watches here. Some warnings embedded in there, mainly for Texas, Oklahoma. So, if you are in those areas, stay weather aware. Let's talk about the tropics, though. If I had to pick a state of weather that we're really most interested in, it would be the tropics as of right now. So, we'll start in the Pacific. We got Tropical Storm Narda. This is just recently formed as a 3 p.m. advisory. Currently moving northwest at 10 miles per hour. If it does expand a little through Sunday and maybe into Monday, you could get some impacts along portions of the southwestern Mexico coast. But besides that, once Monday passes, getting into Tuesday, it's going to be making pretty much a due west jog. And so it's going to start going. It's going to be a long-lasting storm through the week. It'll continue heading due west. By Friday, it'll be way out here. So not any direct impacts to land, but could get some choppy seas along the coast. I'd say even up through Wednesday. Got some little islands here. May need to watch out just in case those islands do get maybe more direct impacts. So that's Tropical Storm Narda. Only thing we're really watching in the Pacific. In the Atlantic, we have it's kind of active. Let's talk about Hurricane Gabrielle first. No threat to land. Now we do have Bermuda at 65 west, and it is kind of inching closer. Closest pass will be tomorrow in the afternoon, my time, so 2 p.m. Monday. Should make its closest pass before chopping back out to sea, making a hard turn west or east, and then going extra tropical way later on once this week is over. But we'll make a close pass to Bermuda if the storm does get big enough. Is expected to be a major hurricane by 2 a.m. Tuesday, so if it does get big enough, maybe Bermuda could get some of the outer bands, but should relatively be okay from any major direct impacts from Gabrielle. Two more interesting areas. Disturbance 2, 10% in the next 40 hours, 20% in the next 7 days. Model guidance is pretty mixed on this. Some guidance has it developing, some doesn't. This would be more of a, if this were to develop, it'd be more worrying because it is tucked in slightly further south and west, and so that's where you have to watch for the islands, Bahamas, maybe even the southeast coast. But this does have a lower chance of developing compared to our other disturbance 1, 0% in the next 48 hours, 50% in the next 7 days, a little more north and west, or north and east with this one. Gonna kind of go further north, could recurve out. Still gonna watch these. This one's kind of way out here. Disturbance 2 is much more closer and is actually moving pretty quickly. So we're gonna watch these two in the next coming days, see if anything comes out of them. So let's kind of get a little prediction with these models. We'll just straight go 180 hours. Okay, no, let's actually go 90 hours. That way we can actually see these storms. Okay, so this is what I mean. So here's Gabrielle making that hard turn out. Some models do get it close, but none get a direct impact on Bermuda. Here's that first system, and as you can see, it is very, very low guidance with the European, so I could honestly see the National Weather Service or National Hurricane Center taking it off areas of watch. We'll have to see. One behind it, much more enthusiastic and much more members. So we can go kind of 120 hours out to see how it looks there. So a little more guidance shows, but it's all really weak, all in the realms of 1,000 millibars, 1,010 millibars. The storm right behind it, almost following a Gabrielle-esque path, maybe a little bit further south than west, you could say. Then these models start to turn north. These continue. I mean, this is kind of getting farther out. You'll start seeing the spread, and there you have it. But this first storm kind of has a track like this. Okay, once it kind of starts to develop, some of them wants to get them into the Gulf. So many members make a hard turn north and out to sea, kind of how like Aaron did. Some of them have it sneaking closer to Florida, but again, these members are also really, really weak. And then these other storms, however, some of them continue to chug this AOI further north and west, even west-northwest, some of them kind of south. And then here we can go full 240 hours out to see how it looks. But most of them turn them out to sea, as you can see. Most of them turn them out anywhere through here, so maybe Atlantic Canada could watch. There has been hints of Gulf activity, but again, most of this activity is really sporadic, and any storms that are forming right over here typically are having some areas to just head out to sea. Not saying that will happen with those next two area of interests, but those overall, the upper air pattern does favor that. So we'll have to watch those though, just in case, but nothing to really worry about that I can really see. So let's talk about the U.S. weather, and 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Hot everywhere. You won't see a single cool area. In fact, the cooler than average temperatures in Alaska is what's bringing that trough and bringing that ridge, wide, tall ridge, into this lower 48, causing this widespread heat. Now, it won't feel like super, super hot because we are, after all, getting into October. So this heat will still just mean like 70s, 80s, could get hotter down in the southeast and Florida. But when you look like in the Dakotas, warmth would probably be around the 60s and 70s, okay? So yeah, that's a 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. I will say, looked a little ahead, 3 to 4 weeks out. I'm not going to show that yet, but does show signs of a trough trying to reestablish in the central U.S. and push further east. We'll have to watch that, but that's like way into mid-October and stuff, so kind of far out. Almost a month out. Now, precipitation had the above average along the coast, mainly because of tropical activity and even maybe some coastal storms that start to pop up based off of like weak fronts that come through. The central U.S. below average temperatures, below average precipitation, and above average for the west coast and southwest. And then deep south, kind of around average, everywhere in between Appalachian, average, Rockies, closer to average. So, yeah. That's about it. Just wanted to squeeze out a pattern type of video, get some updates on the tropics and general outlook in the U.S. weather. Monday, I'll try to look into more forecasting, storms, what this week could look like. I will give some teasers. It does look like this area, the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, could get some much-needed precipitation, especially in Pennsylvania, New York, West Virginia, as we've been in drought conditions in those areas. So we're gonna show you guys that in the coming videos. Besides that, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Get ready for the work week, and have a great rest of your day.